Hey everybody, Stefan here. This week's topic we're talking about being genderqueer at work. And I'm at one of my many jobs at the moment. This is my work-study job. I'm a computer lab monitor, and as you can see, there's not really many people in the lab. There usually isn't, so usually I just get paid to play on the computer and do my homework. So, that's pretty sweet. Here I'm not out as genderqueer, trans, or anything. Like, I guess I'm out everywhere as genderqueer just because I'm obviously gender variant. I don't think that I've ever had any conversations with my employers or my coworkers about being genderqueer because it's just pretty obvious that it's like, that if they know me as female, then I'm not, a femi traditional type female. So here I'm not actually out as trans either, just because I don't really talk to people and they don't really care, and I just haven't found it necessary. The only time this is a problem is, I guess, with restrooms and stuff. On my floor, there's not really a whole lot of people, so I usually use whichever restroom doesn't have people in it, right? Really, I use the men's room sometimes because there's nobody there. I use the women's room sometimes when there is a guy in the other room or whatever, or I feel like it. It doesn't really matter here. At some of my other jobs, yeah, basically the same thing. I haven't really, at my research assistant job with the psychology department doing the traffic study thing, everybody knows me as male, and except for my direct supervisor and one other person that works there, who is also trans, so they both know that I'm trans specifically, but none of my coworkers, I don't think, have any idea that I'm trans. They just know me as male, but obviously, like, I'm not the dudeliest dude either, so I'm sure they know that I'm somewhat gender variant as well. But we just don't talk about it because it's work, and I'm there to do work and slack off as much as possible and get paid the most money I can, so, yep. At previous jobs that I can think of, like working retail and stuff, it hasn't really been an issue at all, except for restrooms, once again, just like, weird looks from customers and stuff like that when I use the women's room. The only other annoying thing is that right now a lot of my jobs have me doing phone stuff. So in face-to-face I get sirred and stuff a lot, but on the phone I don't really get sirred very much. If I call really early in the morning when my voice is really deep, then I can sometimes get away with it, but by the afternoon my voice is high and squeaky, and I use a lot of intonation changes and stuff like that in my phone voice, so I get mammed a lot, and it's not really that big of a deal because I don't really have to deal with people on a daily basis, but I don't know. Oh, I wanted to share with you this, like, really funny article that I just found online. I was Googling genderqueer and work, and I came up with this. It's, an article in Popnography, and it's, the top genderqueer teen retail jobs. We want people to bring their true selves to work, H&M's HR department told Out, when they asked whether there was an official policy protecting their many cute male-looking clerks cashing in their employee discount on the ladies labeled side of the store. Inspired by the entire lack of priority placed at some outlets for the usual dumb rules about gender-appropriate apparel or demeanor, here are our 6 top picks for genderqueer teens after-school jobs. If you're a clothes hound, work at H&M. If you're a serious artiste, work at MAC Cosmetics. If you're a hippie kid, work at Ben & Jerry's. If you're a caffeine addict, work at Starbucks. If you're a mall rat, work at Hot Topic. And if you're a lit geek, work at Borders. Beware, it's totally unscientific, based solely on rumor and speculation from our favorite teenage or teenage acting friends. No one important seems to calculate fancy lists of good jobs that pay minimum wage, just the best Fortune 500 type places to toil away. So, thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, I try not to, think too much about, like, discrimination and stuff in terms of my gender expression, because, like, if I had suspected that people were discriminating against me every time that I didn't get a job, then I would be, like, a really super angry face. And, like, basically, I don't want to, like, there's probably just a lot of people looking for jobs, and probably lots of people that are more qualified than me for jobs, so I don't want to be like, oh my god, they're discriminating against me because I'm genderqueer, I'm trans, or whatever, so I usually tend not to think about it too much. I think about it a little bit more now because when I apply to jobs I have to write if I've ever been known by any other name, so I have to have both names, and then they can obviously see, like, oh, there's a change, and this one's more masculine than the other one, and stuff like that. But in general, I don't really think about it too much, and in the long run, I think that I want to work in queer activism and gender studies and stuff like that, so um, I don't really think it will be a problem, because if they have a problem with how I look, or how I act, or how I present myself, then I don't want to work there. It's really that easy, and I've luckily never had a problem finding a job up until this point. So, we'll see.